Welcome to Wheelbase, UK's largest cycle store, our demo weekend, our 2015 demo weekend. It's the 8th one we've run now, 120 mountain bikes to demo in the lakes. And I'm here with George from Cannondale in the UK. And we're looking at Trigger, which is one of the 3 full suspension bikes. You've got Scalpel, Trigger and Jekyll. And this is a 85 to 140 bike.
That's correct.
Using the adjustment system here, which runs from a bar-mounted lever, very unique. Cannondale own technology, Fox tuned shock, Dyad shock, I think is this.
Yep, that's correct. Yeah.
So just run through the Trigger. Then, what kind of rider is this aimed at?
The Trigger is our kind of all-round trail bike. As you said, it runs 140 in the front and 140 in the rear in its flow mode. So perfect for kind of UK trail centres, all-day riding.
Yeah.
In addition, like you mentioned with the Dyad, we have the option here to switch to 85mm travel. That means that we can get a better climbing bike. Even though it's 140, it's still climb like a cross-country bike. Put it into that 85mm travel. Makes it a real good all-round bike for the normal UK riding.
Yeah. So 650B.
Yep.
27.5.
Yep.
And the Lefty.
Yep.
As well. So
we use the Lefty Supermax 2, which is on that, which is an increase in diameter from previous years. It's much stiffer. What we've also done is the boot here is completely removed, and we use a wiper seal there, so it's got much longer service life than previous Lefties. Still super stiff and super light. And the advantage here as well, it's recessed slightly, meaning we can run a nice short stem on there, sort of kind of modern geometry, sort of trail riding style. Yeah.
And Lefty has been around years, isn't it?
Absolutely.
People are sometimes scared by it, but they shouldn't be, because it's proven technology.
Yep.
Super stiff.
Absolutely, yeah. It's much stiffer than a normal fork. It actually runs a system what we call square within a square there. So it might look rounded on the outside, but you actually have 2 squares in there working together. So there's no way that it can twist. We use hybrid needle roller bearings in there.
Yep.
So instead of running a series of bushings that are gripping the fork, they're actually free to move in those bearings, meaning it's much plusher and it works as you load it sideways. Whereas a normal fork might bind up as you put quartering pressure on. This stays nice and plush. So when you're really hammering it, you're still getting all that suspension.
I've seen the test where you have a normal telescopic fork.
Yep.
You lean on it and put your weight on it, and you can't push it in.
Yep.
On the Lefty, you just glide in like a tool drawer.
Absolutely, yeah. And yeah, there's no need to be afraid of it. It is super stiff. It is the same kind of stub axle system that you'd see on your car at home, on aeroplane landing gear. It is just as stiff, even though we're only using one side of it.
Yeah. And then it's quick release to just remove the brake.
I mean, it's for the more experienced rider. A lot of people think, oh yeah, when I take the front wheel off, I'm going to have to reset my brake. It's not the case at all. The mounting system here, all it needs is you just need to back these 5mm bolts off ever so slightly, and that whole thing just pulls off. Take the front wheel out, super easy. Slot it back on, those bolts done up, and it's just the same spot where you left it. So no having to reset the front disc every time.
So Trigger being the trail bike.
Yep.
Available carbon and alloy.
Yes,
on this
absolutely.
One.
Yeah. This carbon model retails at 5,300, but there are Triggers that start from 2,700 in the aluminium version. All use the Dyad and all have the attitude adjust system, where we can go from the 85 to 140mm travel.
And this platform is well respected on the world enduro scene, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's similar design to what we use on the Jekyll, which is what you see a lot of our pro riders using in the EWS. The Jekyll uses a slightly longer travel. It has a 95 and 160mm in it on the Dyad modes. This is very much the same technology, but just given a little bit less travel, kind of for the more average trail rider.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Thank you.
Cheers.